Coming up, battling to finish the breeding enclosure.
I'm really drained at the moment.
Struggling to save a sick monkey.
Poor Freddy.
And the food hoarder caught red-handed.
Crackers, chocolate.
I ate yours!
It's the final week of the serious Amazon expedition deep in the Peruvian rainforest. The team have just completed the first part of their huge monkey enclosure, laying 3,000 bricks.
Finished!
They were rewarded with an amazing visit to a remote tribe, the Ashwal Indians. It was like entering another world, and the 8 young adventurers partied well into the night.
Oh, I had the most incredible evening of my life.
Next morning, the team are exhausted.
I'm shattered.
But they have just 4 days left to complete the entire enclosure.
I'm just so tired and it's hot. I'm looking forward to going to bed, not working. Monkey, monkey!
Before they begin, they get a visit from the 2 red Wakari monkeys, who'll be first to live in the new breeding enclosure.
This is Fran, our male, and this is Pepita. Hopefully these 2 will breed a lot of babies.
The highly endangered monkeys were rescued by rainforest campaigner Roxanne Kramer after being taken from the wild as pets.
He is doing much better. Last week he was a little sick.
And absolutely gorgeous monkeys, and I think that kind of brings it home. We're effectively, you know, helping a species to breed.
The visit spurs them on for the day's main task, covering the interior walls in cement. But they quickly discover that plastering is something of an art.
Have you actually managed to get any yet?
You can't do that all the way round. This is stupid.
It keeps falling off. It's not as easy as it looks. It's quite a tedious little job, but it has to be done.
They soon start to fall behind schedule, and Sam thinks he's got the solution.
Make certain people work harder.
I'm trying my best.
To be fair, Matt, you don't sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can be really, like, lazy and just not bother, but other times he does work.
Matt performs quite well, provided he's in a fit state to work, which is not much of the time.
He likes to have 10-minute breaks every couple of minutes.
We've tried everything with him. We've annoyed him, we've shouted at him. It's frustrating when everyone else is tired and he's sitting there complaining that like he's got a sore foot or something. But, you know, we've all got sore feet. We just got to deal with it and get on with it.
Matt, what's wrong? Did you scrape your back off?
I got up and the nail went right into me.
Does that hurt?
Yeah, don't.
Yeah. Did it really hurt when I just rubbed over? You'll be alright, mate. It's just a little graze.
But Matt's not the only one whose mind isn't focused on work.
I think we're messing around a bit too much. We've got a lot to get done today, and I don't think we're working as hard as we could be.
At this rate, we're not due to finish until at least midnight.
The tired team are wilting in the tropical heat. In an attempt to revive them, they're each given a satellite phone call home. The adventurers have been in the rainforest for over 2 weeks and have had no direct contact with their families until now.
Hi, Mum.
Hello.
Hi. Hello?
Hello, Georgia. We had a full English breakfast this morning. We had bacon, eggs, and...
You're evil.
You been eating?
Yeah, they've got super noodles, so I'm doing all right.
Right, a cockroach as well. Hi, Jasmine.
Hi, did you eat all that stuff?
Yeah, I really ate all that stuff.
How are your feet?
My feet are manky, actually.
Oh, Sammy.
I stink, it's great. We almost got attacked by half-ton pigs, a herd of 500 of them, and we would have all had to run up trees.
I'm camping out in the garden as well.
I know, I heard you were camping out in the garden, Jasmine.
Are you ready to come home yet, or do you want to stay a bit longer?
I want to stay a bit longer.
Oh, thanks, George. I'm really
It's alright.
not homesick.
I need to go now.
What?
Mum.
Okay, I love you very much, my darling.
Okay, I love you too.
Just really proud of you and really miss you lots, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the week that you have.
Okay, thank you. I love you. Love you.
That was lovely.
My little sister. She's camping out in the garden because she wants to be like me.
As darkness falls, the team finally pick up the pace.
I'm really going to start putting some effort in soon because I was a bit lazy this afternoon and I regret that actually.
He gets pretty lazy, I've got to be honest. But he's enough, he can cheer up anyone at any time. He's brilliant, but he can get really annoying.
I think in the last hour, we'd done more than we did in about 4.5 hours this morning. So progress is good.
Are you impressed, Ben?
I'm totally impressed. I'm just slightly frustrated that you've achieved so much in such a little time. Why we didn't do that for the rest of the day, you know what I mean?
By 8 p.m, the adventurers are back at camp and the leaders have an unexpected announcement.
Now, we've spent the last 3 weeks in the jungle environment learning all sorts of different skills, and tomorrow evening is a chance to put those skills to the test.
Oh, you're going to let us camp out on our own?
And that is to do a survival night, stay out in the jungle, and all we'll have is a belt kit and a machete.
It'll be a unique but highly testing experience, and each adventurer is given the choice of whether or not to sign up.
I'm not that keen on going, but if everyone else goes, I feel like an urge, like I've got to go.
I keep changing my mind. 1 minute I'm really, really excited and I can't wait to go. The next minute all these questions pop up. I'm like, aren't I going to be cold? What if it rains? What if we don't catch anything? What if we go hungry?
Eventually, every team member decides to go for it.
Is everyone in?
Yeah.
Everyone in?
Yeah.
So we're all in?
Yeah. It's going to be totally survival experience. I don't know how I'm going to cope really, so I'm a bit worried.
Next morning, before they even leave base camp, Simran has a jungle visitor near her hammock.
Ben, I found a monkey spider.
Look at the stick.
That is it jumped and it's facing me.
Monkey spiders are huge but harmless.
Okay, touch it. Yeah, it's bracing itself.
Not this.
Jamie is celebrating his 15th birthday in the Amazon. He's been chosen to do the daily live report back to CBBC in Britain, and there's quite a surprise in store for him.
We have got Jamie on the line. Hello.
Hello.
His dad and best friend pop up unexpectedly.
I feel... Wow.
Hiya, Jamie. Happy birthday.
Brilliant, thank you. I just saw my dad and Liam. I didn't know what to do. It took me by surprise. I thought it was going to be like a big cake or something.
Bye, James.
Bye. We go there straight away.
As work gets going on the enclosure, there's some worrying news about one of the monkeys.
He's having problems breathing. Just so you all know, Fran, the elder monkey, is really, really ill, okay, and is on probably the verge of dying.
What?
Yeah.
Dying?
Really, really ill, yeah. So we'll keep you informed anyway.
Yeah, hopefully Fran will pull through, but if he doesn't, it'll be really bad, and it'll be awful.
Poor Freddie.
It's time to prepare for the jungle survival exercise. In a real emergency, the adventurers could be left stranded with just what they're wearing, so they always have a belt kit strapped on for safety, containing an item of food and other essentials.
No, we're leaving them there.
Let's see what's in there.
To make the exercise as realistic as possible, Ben and Polly check for extra supplies.
What's in there?
There's a few things to put in, but I keep these anyway, usually.
Right, okay.
Set the knees.
I ain't out, Jamie! Oh my God.
Crackers, chocolate.
Oh,
what? 2 packs of Chips Ahoy, cheese.
Stop, get
2 more chocolate. Well, that's all getting left behind. Slowly.
The first urgent task in the rainforest is finding somewhere to sleep.
But you need to come up with a plan as to where you're going to build a shelter, how you're going to build it, but what you haven't got is much time.
Instead of folding them to make two, you get the two
From
these bits
this
here.
tree up there at about that angle, yeah.
We're using an old log and we're planning on getting palm leaves and stacking them up on either side to make a room for us to sleep in.
I just cut down a palm leaf and got out and my whole shirt was covered in fire ants.
There's millions of them. I want to go back, it's horrible.
There's just 2 hours till nightfall, and the pressure is opening up old splits in the team.
If you try this one here, then probably round...
Jamie is once again at odds with some of the group.
All three of you together.
I was just suggesting that if you didn't want to put string, you should put the poles close together.
Yeah, I
Okay,
accepted your suggestion, but you
Whatever I suggest you don't like.
Don't
You've
know
always
it's okay.
got a problem with me. It's because you've got a problem with me.
We
You
don't
can't
need
see
to.
past that.
We don't need to put our...
People bug me today, Beth, for having stress on me for no reason.
It's like everything has to be done his way.
Sam, contradicting everything I do. I didn't want to release it, I wanted to use it.
How did they
People in this place
You
snapping
did
at me today.
We're not snapping, that's just
No, it's
expressing
not
an
crap.
opinion. You say the slightest thing, he's like, don't get stressed at me, don't get stressed at me.
To add to the team's troubles, Matt is getting fed up and wants to go back to base camp.
Just not enjoying it. Miserable ants everywhere. Been stung by everything, mozzies galore, and less than a bottle of water tonight.
But Matt, the point of this whole exercise is that it's mocked up survival situation.
I know
And
that,
therefore-
but
and
it
therefore you
depresses
can't
me.
quibble about ants. You can't quibble about the fact that you haven't got enough water. You can't quibble about the fact you haven't got enough food.
Yeah, but to think that I could be at camp, and I'm just thinking, would I rather be here and miserable or over there and cheerful?
He's even less happy when the team decide to pawn all their emergency rations.
I'll hand over my crackers.
I have plenty of in there.
There's one piece of cheese. Okay, what food did you have?
Come on, we're all giving our food up.
That's my lunch, though.
Yes, that's my lunch.
Well, why are you giving it out? Because
I want everyone else to eat.
Given you at least you've packed the crackers and your cheese.
Just some people had lunch today and some didn't.
Matt, you had a massive portion of cake.
You did.
How can you say that? It's a slice.
Callie has not been feeling well all day, and things are taking a turn for the worse.
I just almost threw up. I've got a headache and a sore stomach, and I feel really tired and minging and sweaty, and I just feel horrid. But I do want to stay. I don't want to go back.
Despite all the afternoon's problems, the team managed to get their shelter up just as darkness falls.
We're pretty much sorted. I'm feeling quite comfortable with it now. It's up. It looks quite safe.
I'm not scared anymore.
But at that very moment, Sim finds a tarantula right by the shelter.
Oh, it's a redback.
Redback, I found it. I'm good at finding these spiders, aren't I? If it jumps, I will
Stab
kill
it.
Just pick it up with
Just
no.
stab the disease.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What's your intention?
To pick it up and move it away. Just take it away.
Far away there,
Far,
Jamie.
far away.
During their survival training, tarantulas were one of the creatures they learnt to cook and eat.
Guys, what situation are we in?
Survival.
Can we eat tarantulas?
Yes.
So why did we just relocate?
Because
them?
there was like not enough meat on there to feed an ant.
Okay, what happens if you find another 6 or 7 tarantulas and you get one each? See, that was a gift.
I would have eaten that.
Yeah,
I
and you just passed up on it.
as well.
With no time left to catch more food, they tuck into their meagre rations. Callie is still feeling ill, and the expedition doctor, Antonia, is concerned.
She's vomited a few times. I don't think she's well enough to stay out tonight, so we're going to take her back to the base camp.
Matt sees this as the perfect chance to book his ticket out with them.
I just don't see what the problem is if I go back with Callie. I just don't see what the problem is.
What's wrong? We're all in a nice little comfy shelter.
'Cause
What's the problem? Do you just want to be snuggled up in your hammock?
No, I'd rather go back, sleep in a hammock, have my own breakfast and make life easier for everybody.
Why do you work for this? Yeah, but isn't that just taking the easy way out, Matt?
If you didn't want to come, you should have just said it. And if you'd said that, that'd have been fine. There's no, oh, it's getting a bit hard now, I want to go home. End of story.
An expedition is all about pushing oneself through activities that you may not necessarily feel comfortable with. And in doing so, you learn an awful lot about yourself and actually looking out for one another. And Matt hasn't quite got that.
On the second time, we've run the
See you guys then.
Yeah, cheers, Paul.
See you tomorrow.
Good night, guys.
Yeah.
Even with Callie gone, the team soon realise they've not made their shelter big enough.
What's with all
You're on my role, Matt.
I've got a face full of feet.
Something just bit my knee and it hurts.
Sam, you're pulling the muzzy net.
In the cramped conditions, Jonathan finds the smell quite offensive.
Oh, it stinks in here. Because they're all getting trenched, but they're not toweled in their feet and drying it properly like civilised normal people would do. Me.
Spider.
We got a fat spider on there. Oh.
Great.
What they've made is not too bad. If it's a nice summer day, if it rains, they're going to get absolutely soaked through.
Night, night.
Good night.
Fortunately for once, the rainforest stays dry, but they still have a pretty rough night.
How are we doing, guys? Beth, I've heard your dulcet tones for a little
Oh,
while.
It's just 5:05. All right.
Give us 10 minutes.
Barely move. Didn't smell nice.
I've woken up with a blocked nose and I'm not surprised because everybody's feet absolutely hum and it's really, really gross because it's like mutilated the air around it. And it's made it really hard to sleep in.
I'm absolutely starving, and to think I've only got cheese and crackers for breakfast.
But as they head back to the building site, there's a special reward waiting for them.
Look at this.
Wow.
Fantastic. Look at this, guys.
And Callie's now feeling well enough to join them.
Rabbit.
Shovel it down.
This is just luxury. Something that's just normal for us back in England. Bread and eggs is nothing special, but here it's like an absolute great treat.
Wow, I could eat a whole bowl full of this.
Before work can begin on the site, Ben calls everyone together for a sad announcement.
Right, guys, bit of bad news to start the day, unfortunately. Fran, the male red Rukari, died in the middle of the night. All right, so there is now only one red Rukari here, little Pepita.
It's a great blow to campaigner Roxanne and her team, and the adventurers join them to pay their last respects.
It's really sad to lose a red Rukari, obviously, because they're so rare. And building the enclosure for it, I could sort of imagine Fran's in there, and I feel like I was like building the enclosure for him.
It was quite a tough experience because I've never been to a funeral before. It was really sad. It was there every day when we went to work, and now he's just not going to be there anymore. I think it's made us all really determined to work harder and get this finished for the monkey that we still do have.
We've decided to dedicate sort of the enclosure to Fran, so it's just made me more determined to make it as good as possible.
And after the funeral, everyone gets down to some serious work. With less than 2 days to go, there's a lot still to do, including covering the sides with mesh.
Don't want to leave too many gaps because the monkeys could get behind the mesh and pull it out, so we want to get it as tight as we can.
It's starting to dawn on everyone that their unique expedition is almost over.
I can't believe we're so close to the end. I do not want this to end, and I'm going to miss the people. I'm going to miss absolutely everything.
It's just such a great place out here. No day is the same. There's no day where you'll see the same animals or you'll do the same things.
It is the most fantastic, beautiful, dangerous, bewildering, amazing, wonderful, enjoyable, shockingly doolally place in the world ever. And I love it.
Day 20 of the Sirius Amazon expedition, the team's final full day in the rainforest. It's going to be a race against time to finish the enclosure with an opening ceremony first thing tomorrow.
We're just going to have to muck in and really dig deep today, all right, because there's no second chance at this. We will work all the way through until we get everything done.
I think it's going to be a ridiculously difficult day today. We've got so much to do, and I think we're going to be working into the dark almost definitely.
Not only have they got to finish putting on the mesh roof, they still have to plaster all the outside of the enclosure. By mid-morning, work is going well, but then a setback. The team discover they also need to move some huge piles of bricks.
It's clearing the site. It's all part of the project, guys.
I thought we might be able to accomplish today's tasks, but now with all these, it's terrible, it really is.
I'm very, 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 very angry and slightly dejected as well. It's just a nightmare job, which, frankly, I don't want to do at all.
How are we doing, guys?
Not happy.
Not happy?
They're all on strike.
We're on strike, are we? Why are we on strike?
They've asked us to move all those bricks over under the walkway and we're not happy.
No, I know it's a big ask, but it's doable. If you do 2 or 3 trips each, yeah? Then have a rest, do other stuff, do another load of bricks later on.
It's just going to take hours. That's all we can really see in it. We take ages.
Jamie decides a more positive attitude is called for.
They gotta be done. I don't see a reason why people don't gym. I don't mind carrying the extra bit of weight and struggling just a little bit, because it'll be worth it in the long run anyway.
Before long, the site is cleared and are able to return to the building work. They're all working flat out, and in the tropical, sticky conditions, Beth collapses.
How are you feeling? I'm really dizzy.
Just dizzy. Okay, let's go out in the sun to start with.
She's not been drinking enough water, and the expedition medics decide she needs time out.
I've got to take about an hour's rest from work, which is going to be hard, because obviously I want to do my bit and pull my weight, but I suppose I need to rest and drink a lot more.
The whole team are starting to flag, and it's becoming clear that it's going to be a very long last day.
They've got an hour and a half to render the side wall and the front wall. So time is ticking. They won't be finished before darkness, that's for sure.
We just have to stay for as long as we can. If it takes us till 4 in the morning, then we stay till 4 in the morning.
The mesh roof is finally completed around nightfall, leaving less than 2 walls to be covered in cement. But with the end almost in sight, some start to relax a little too soon.
I'm up for a joke, but it's just really frustrating when people are messing about and when you have so much work to do.
Callie got a bit frustrated, then we started a full-scale water fight between us two, and that stopped, and I was just perfect.
You're so horrible!
Just after 9 o'clock, Polly decides to step in.
You're working quite slowly.
Well, I think we're going well, to tell you the truth.
What do you think, Georgia?
I think we're doing really bad, too.
Yeah. The thing is, the rate we're going now, we're going to be here for another 3 hours.
The constant pressure is really starting to catch up on the adventurers.
This whole week I've just put absolutely everything into it. I'm really drained at the moment.
As midnight approaches, work has all but ground to a halt.
The opening ceremony is at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and all it requires is a massive effort from everyone for about 20 minutes, and this will be done.
They summon up every last ounce of energy for a final push.
Guys, literally the last... Give it to Matt, he's the tallest guy here.
Come on, it's the last bit being closed.
Yeah!
I think we're all pretty over the moon. We're just absolutely ecstatic. We've finally got this place done. And it's interesting to think that 8 days ago it was just like a plot of land, just absolutely nothing. And now we've built this practically with our bare hands.
I don't care if I'm tired and I'm hungry, we've done it, and major sense of achievement.
Next morning, the adventurers are ready to hand over the enclosure right on time to its new owners and its first resident, the remaining Red Wakari Pepita.
Just remember 8-9 days ago standing here going, yeah, isn't this just a bit ambitious for 8 kids to do? The fact is that you built this, which is phenomenal.
Please know that we are eternally grateful for what you've done. Thank you so much.
After a blessing by the head of the Ashwell tribe, it's finally time to see if Pepita will take to her new home.
I think she loves it.
It's definitely worth it. Oh, it's great.
Brilliant, it's like a little monkey mansion in there.
She's just making a little... She just looks so happy.
Just to see something in there just makes every second of painfully hard work worthwhile.
It's hoped Pepita will soon be joined by other rescued monkeys to breed in the Sirius Amazon enclosure, leading eventually to rare red wakaris being returned to the wild.
To see it finished, it's just made me feel so proud that I've been able to contribute. The experience has taught me that there is a whole other world out there.
It was more mysterious, beautiful and amazing than anything I expected. An experience that I'll never ever forget.
If you told me a couple of years ago that I'd be canoeing down the Amazon River, then I would have told you were mad. So I'm really proud of myself for doing that.
It's taught me so much about everything, how I am in stressful situations, about other people. It's been absolutely amazing.
I think it's changed them, definitely. They've certainly had their moments, but I think they're all looking back and saying, it'll make me a better person.
The group has astounded me, really. They just adapted and adapted all the way through. A very special bunch of 8 young adventurers.
It's a life-changing experience. I'll never forget it, and I'm so glad I completed it.
I wouldn't go back and change anything at all. It's just been such a unique experience.
It's been one of the best things I've ever done. I just want to stay longer. Please?
It's just been absolutely magical. I've done everything I want to do and it's definitely changed my life forever.